Good evening and welcome to Vision of Asia, the news you can trust and events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I am Pia Jyoti Khatru, coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the headlines today, we have New York City Council co-named streets recognizing contributions of South Asians in Queens. Rotary Club of Plainsboro, North and South Brunswick in New Jersey held an evening packed with health advice. President Biden nominates Indian-American astronaut to Brigadier General. Cold, hunger, despair grip homeless as Turkey, Syria earthquake toll passes 19,000. Shah Rukh Khan powerhouse run Pathaan hits the 100 million mark worldwide. Stay with us on Vision of Asia for news in detail right after the short break. New York City Council co-named streets recognizing contributions of South Asians in Queens. I spoke to Mr. Harpreet Singh Thur, community activist, co-founder and president of South Asians for Global Empowerment. Take a look. Welcome to Vision of Asia on ITV Gold.
Sat Sri Akal, Namaskar, Adab, and Shalom. Like I always say, this is where we live. And even back home in Punjab, you have people living from all the faiths. So it's very important that everybody is properly, wished.
Absolutely.
Whatever they want.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to congratulate you and everyone in the community in general, and of course, Punjabi and Sikh community in particular, for successfully getting 118th Street in front of the Sikh Cultural Society, co-named as Guru Nanak Way. So tell me, Harpreet ji, how do you feel?
Well, it's a really very interesting. I have these crazy ideas in my mind going all the time, and I just pick up the right time and right moment to communicate with the people who can get the things delivered. And when this thing actually I put it out originally, and it went to community board for resolution, there were some objections. And that was the first time when actually the Sikhs came to know about that something like that is happening. Because for me, I know being a Punjabi, that our people, they have the habit of putting the bricks in your way or trying to not to let you achieve what you want to achieve. So I always try to do it in a very subtle way and let the things happen. Once it happens, everybody knows. And when it got, in the community board, and there were I think 2 objections to it. And I got a call from the community board president, actually, the chairman. And she was like, Harpreet, I'm so happy you are getting this thing done. You brought it up. But this is something which I need you to do. I want you to work with the XYZ. There is a gentleman named Ali. And I want you to, write the resolution in such a way, because I want it through, and I want it through unanimously. But to make sure that it is done, the resolution has to be written in a certain way. And if you can work with Ali, I said, sure. And Ali, I knew very well. We worked together during COVID also. And we were able to, rewrite the resolution. And in the next meeting, I was also given time to speak, even though I spoke via Zoom. And it went through unanimously, which was, I think, October of last year. I wanted this thing to happen, it happened between October and November. So for me, it was a happy occasion, not just for me, but for the Sikh community, that this thing is being discussed and being passed when, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday is being celebrated.
Perfect.
And finally it happened, and now I'm looking for that day and date when they will put up the sign on the street.
Perfect. So who are the other activists, you worked with to make this co-naming a reality?
Well, as far as the activists are concerned, definitely Rajvinder Kaur, who always worked with me, hats off to her, that she takes the time off from her busy life with the kids and everything. She could have joined us today also, but she had to pick up the kids. But besides that, I got to admire the speaker, Adrian Adams, because she definitely, she's a very good friend of mine. She listens to what I say. We discuss the issues, and whatever I bring up for anything, she does it. For example, during COVID, we were actually able to get vegetarian food boxes at Silculture Society every week, up to 180 boxes, which were distributed. It was all vegetarian.
Wow.
Because basically when they prepare the box, they have the eggs and meat items in it. And I told her, I said, listen, even though we are distributing outside of the society, but I would like to have the vegetarian, because the people who are vegetarian, they can also have it. She said, okay, I will work on that. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is that these people who I have been working with for years, they are always there. We have State Senator Leroy Comrie here, Assemblyman David Weprin here, and also Assemblyman, recently we have this Khalil Anderson, which is this part of it. And yes, these are the people who have always worked with me. And yes, I know there are a few names I am missing. The reason is because there is a difference between delivering and just talking publicly. Those people, they go and say things publicly, but they don't deliver what needs to be done. So that's why I'm keeping those names out. I'm just mentioning the people who actually deliver the results. Punjab Avenue, Adrian Adams, Gurdwara Street, Adrian Adams, and a lot of things actually start here, right here in my office.
Wow. I would like to wish you all the best. And would you like to convey any message to everyone out in the community?
My message actually to the community is that whenever there is an election back home in India, doesn't matter where we come from, whether we come from Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan, West Bengal, or south from Tamil Nadu, you name the state. And when the state elections are declared, or 2024 is going to be the elections for the Lok Sabha, we all get excited. We are like crazy about it. But when the election is here in the United States, or civic duties in the United States, we're not that active. We need to get active. If we are citizens, we need to get registered to vote, because those things matter. That is how the money flows into the community services, whether it's your daycare services, whether it's your elder care services, elder homes, basically you name it. And that's how it is done, including the money coming to your middle and high schools. One of the reasons why the middle and high schools are not into a good shape in minority communities, not just us, is because we do not engage in civics, and also we do not go out and vote. So those are the things which need to be done, and I would like our listeners that they should pay attention to that if they want the services. And last thing, we're not asking anything from them as a favor. We pay the taxes. They owe it to us. And we should be getting our fair share. And that's the issue.
That's a wonderful message. And I would like to wish everyone in the community, and of course you, all the best. And once again, congratulations. And thank you so much for coming on Vision of Asia on ITV Gold. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Rotary Club of Plainsboro North and South Brunswick in New Jersey held an evening packed with health advice with free workshop on stroke prevention, which took place on February 7th evening at Balaji Temple in Monroe Township. Lots of people attended the workshop done by Dr. Varsha Singh. The workshop was organized by Rotarian Vijay Garg and Sudharani Kankanala, along with other members and volunteers. Take a look.
Again, just a token of thank you.
And thank you for coming on a weekday for for a very important workshop. So I'll just take a minute to introduce Varsha, our speaker for today. Dr. Varsha Singh is a neuroscience nurse practitioner and highly engaged in educating the community about stroke. She has 3 fellowships and has a doctoral degree from Seton Hall University. She's passionate about educating the community, especially about health prevention. So she recommended that everyone take a few minutes to fill out the form. So thank you. Thank you so much. So this is your exam today.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Some of the answers you might not know, and that's fine. And the reason I'm giving you this exam is we must know first thing and everything about how we are going to keep ourselves healthy, right? And there are 2 boxes, right? There are 2 lines. So you are going to write all your answers in the pre-test, which is the first line, and then after my presentation, you may want to revisit and see if you could correct your answers, and that will be in your post-test. What did you learn? How did you learn the right answer, right? So this is the way we actually measure whether my lecture was effective and you were listening throughout the presentation and you are not thinking of something else. So you have to get the right answer, okay? So what is stroke is first question. What is the significance of conducting stroke education for community? You may not know what is the synonym used for identify stroke symptoms. And then what is the best way to get treatment for stroke if you or someone who is dear to you is experiencing stroke symptoms? And to identify which acronym you are going to use. What are some of the modifiable risk factors? Modifiable is something that we can change. What to do if someone has TIA, which is mini stroke, and then carotid endarterectomy is the terminology is used when they do a carotid procedure to remove the plaque. And what are 2 types of strokes, and what lifestyle changes can help stroke prevention? So they might sound like little bit difficult questions, but the answers are very easy. So when everyone says I can start, I will start. Ready? Everyone? Okay, so every time I start my presentation, I request that your ears and your eyes are mine for next 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I'll make it very short but very targeted presentation. That way you learn the really crux of this health education. Okay, no fluff around. I really like to be to the point. So I want to say be fast to save lives. And believe me, when I say this, be fast to save life, it comes from my experience of having up to 800 to 1,000 visits to emergency room. Every day we see about 6 to 7 stroke patients who arrive at just one hospital. It's just one hospital. 6 to 7 patients every day. We have a team. We run down to door of the emergency room and we make sure that we do due diligence, and I will explain you what we do as far as the due diligence is concerned. but BFAST is really a good acronym to save lives, and I will teach you more. So next slide. Why are we in this room today? So I also wanted to say that when I started my journey with the stroke program as a stroke specialist, and I want to say thank you to Rotary Club of Plainsboro. I don't know how many of you were in the room in 2011 or 2012. Rotary Club of Plainsboro has been my first organization. I was with Robert Wood Johnson Rawe, and someone from the Department of Health reached out and said Rotary Clubs of Plainsboro is doing a health education event and they are looking for a speaker. And that was my first engagement, and I haven't stopped. And this is a full circle, I'm coming back here. But during the journey, I started engaging with New Jersey Stroke Advisory Panel, which is the Department of Health. I presided and I was president in 2017 for the Stroke Consortium, which is a consortium of 72 hospitals in New Jersey. I have worked extensively for South Asian Total Health Initiative. I am a member on the advisory board, and we have done a lot of research projects in South Asian community. And finally, I'm going to be on the national board for American Association of Nurse Practitioners starting June. I just got elected unopposed. I think it's a great national board to be on as a nurse practitioner. And then my engagement is also with World Stroke Organization. I sit on the membership committee, and we are having a global conference in Toronto in October. I'm presenting on stroke education in South Asian community. So I have so much to share globally what we are doing in New Jersey. And then American Stroke Association and American Heart Association, they just awarded me fellowship in 2022, which is related to the research and the community work. And why am I saying this? Because I have young people in this room, and you have no limit actually. If you think about your career and your option to grow, this country you can do anything that you dream of. There are so many options. I came here when I was 32. I did not go to school here. I came here with 2 children in my hand, and if I could do it, look at you, you can do anything. And there are scholarships. So next slide, please. So why are we talking about stroke? It is 4th leading cause of death. Now, after COVID, it became the 5th leading cause because COVID took #1 spot for death. But still, stroke is the leading cause. If we do not treat stroke in timely manner, the brain dies, the person dies. And #1 cause of disability. No matter what we do, we try to save the brain, but if the patients do not come in timely manner to emergency room, they will be paralyzed. The disability is #1 cause related to stroke. So my whole idea of educating the community is, please make sure that no one gets stroke around you. Through awareness, through prompt action, that is going to emergency room, and third, by preventing it. Never get stroke through your lifestyle changes. That way you will be maintaining the quality of your life. What is the quality of life that we want? We want to wake up every day. We want to enjoy the life. We want to smell the coffee. We want to drink the coffee. We want to make the coffee. We want to walk. We want to bike. We want to swim. We want to travel, right? And we want to enjoy. We go dancing, meet friends, talk, understand. Now, when you think about all this activity, a person with stroke may have some disability. All these functions that we take granted for now can be impacted. So it's really important. Stroke is a very complex diagnosis, and I really knock on the wood and say nobody in our family or friend should have a stroke. But good news is 80% of them are preventable, and we will talk about that. Next, please. So it is a brain attack. It occurs, our brain is a very vascular organ. When I say vascular, it has so much blood in it. If you even put a tiny pinprick in the brain, it will bleed, right? It is very soft like jello, like the jello that we make. It's like that consistency, and it has so many tiny blood vessels. It's very vascular. So if any one artery, think about, we have a ring in our brain, okay, which is blood vessel, and the blood keeps circulating in it. You know, New Jersey is very famous for the jug handle curve, the loops going up and down in Garden State Parkway. Then you come out, take the exit, because one car can go in loop forever, correct? Right? Just imagine that is the same way of circulation in our brain. We have too many jug handles, and the circle keeps supplying that blood to brain so that our brain can continue to function. But if there is a rock, if there is a traffic jam in the jug handle, the brain will not get blood supply and it will start dying. It is the process of dying that you want to stop.
Secretary of Defense Lloyd J. Austin III recently announced that President Biden had nominated Air Force Colonel Raja J. Chari, an Indian American, for appointment to the grade of Brigadier General. Chari, an Iowa native, is currently serving as the Crew 3 commander and astronaut at National Aeronautics and Space Administration's Johnson Space Center in Texas. This would be the first Indian American to reach this high level in the U.S. Defense Forces. Chari's nomination has to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate. Cold, hunger, and despair gripped hundreds of thousands of people left homeless by earthquakes in Turkey and Syria on Thursday, while hopes faded for many more people being found alive amid the ruins of cities. The death toll from the quakes, which struck early on Monday morning, passed 19,000 on Thursday across both countries. Hundreds of thousands of people across both countries have been left homeless in the middle of winter. Many have camped out in makeshift shelters in supermarket car parks, mosques, roadsides, or amid the ruins, often desperate for food, water, and heat. Authorities say some 6,500 buildings in Turkey collapsed, and countless more were damaged in the quake zone where some 13 million people live. Continuing its powerhouse run worldwide, Shah Rukh Khan's Pathaan has topped the global box office century mark, getting there in 12 days. With its earnings going up to $103.6 million, it's the first Bollywood movie to reach the 100 million milestone without a China release. And from the news on entertainment at ITV Gold, enjoy Family Movie Friday at 8:30 p.m. Watch Manmohan Desai's action comedy film Coolie. Saturday 1 p.m. Eastern, Subhash Ghai's the most iconic and epic sagas of the 90s, Ram Lakhan. And book your blockbuster Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern for Sarfarosh. And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia tonight. You can send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Or you can also send it to me at pia@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at ITVGold. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you're in the Tri-State or in the Chicago area for community news, entertainment, and events in US. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. This is Pia Jyoti Khatru signing off.